Welcome to another Zen pop-up. So what I want to talk about today is, do you want public registration? So on your website, I don't know if you guys have got it set up. Maybe you haven't got it set up exactly the way that you want it. So I want to just sort of like educate you a little bit on what the public registration means to your site and how it might impact you depending on your purpose. So when you go onto your site, I'm going to screen share now and just show you what's going on a standard site when you have it set up. So let me just flick to screen share and then it will all become really clear. So let me jump here. So here we go. So we're on this test site, this Zen pop-up test site here. And what I want to reflect here, I'm in incognito mode. Okay, so I'm testing this as someone that's not logged into the system. So as you as admin, you would be logged in, so it's not a good place to check what your site's doing. So you always go into incognito mode and you check your site and you test your site from here. So at the moment, by default, if you're going to sign in, you're going to see that you can sign in, you can log in. So if you've bought a course or anything, then your user, your student, can actually log in by putting their email and their password and then go in, they can then access their course, which is absolutely fine. But what happens if someone just wants to register on your site? So let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. If someone registers on your site using the sign up, they will have access to, they will be logged in. They won't have access to the courses unless they bought them, but they will have access to logged in pages. Okay, so there's public pages and there's logged in pages, which are private only to people that are logged in. Now, the case scenario might be, for instance, that you have a membership site and all of your logged in page information, you don't want to be giving that away for free. You want people to actually be have bought the membership or the course. You just might not want them to do that. You might also have like an open community for logged in users, and you don't want people accessing that for free. You just want it to be a community for users that have bought into you, either subscription or any of the payment plans that you've selected. So it can be a good option to be able to turn this off so people cannot log in publicly. So like this page, for instance, I'm on here, I haven't bought a course, but I want to just be registered and logged in to have a look around at any content that I can get for free. And this happens a lot. So if they clicked don't have an account, they click sign up, they go through to the register page here. Do you see that? Register at the top in the URL. So this means I can register. So what happens when I register? So when I register, my role will be student. Even though I've not bought a course, my role will be a student. It means I can see logged in pages. So let's just do this as a test. So I'm just going to put Zen Popup in here, and we're just going to choose an email address down here, and I'll just, that password's okay, I think, yep. And I'll click I'm not a robot. So we're going to see what happens. So I get a little bus come up. So let's just check that a few times. Verify. Motorcycles. Verify. And there. Okay, I'm okay. Click sign up. Right. So I'm now signed up. So I can actually see logged in content. My courses comes up. I have an account. But let's now jump into the site as admin. Let's have a look at me that I've just signed up. So I'm going to go to all, and you're going to see in here, there we go, look at my role, student. So if I decided to go into and create a page, let's just create some dummy page content. I'll just add a page. Let me just add a page. Let's call it private for paid. Okay, just an example, and pretend this content is private. So I'm going to make this only visible for logged in users. It's not going to be a public page visible for all users, only logged in users. So I'm going to click that, and we're going to publish the page as well, and I'm going to click add. So this page that I'm setting up now would only be for logged in users. So I just registered and I got the role of student, so I can see a logged in page. and this is the key point. So I'm going to show you how you can fix this in a minute, so don't worry, but this is going to be of benefit to you. So I'll just wait for the page to load, and inside that page I'm just going to put, you know, you can put whatever content you want in here. You might have videos and things like you're showing to your members and, you know, of your site. You might have, like I said, you might have a community. It could be anything. So just for the sake of speed, I'm just going to put a heading, and I'm just going to put this and call it private content. Could be anything, you know. You could have podcasts in there, you could have videos in there, you could have PDFs that people can grab. Could be anything you like. Could be yeah, it could be anything. So private content, so let's just click that. So let's now just add that to the menu. So this is going to be private content for the menu. So I'm just going to put in here, just so you can see, I'm going to put private for paid members, and visible to, right, I'm not going to say all, I'm going to say logged in users. Okay, select action, go to link. So we want to put the link in there. So I want to grab that link for that course, that page there, and I want to put that link in there. So I'm adding a new menu item, and we're going to click save. Okay, so now let's go back to Incognito and see what we see. So I'm just going to quickly save that, and you're going to see this says up here, private for paid members. So let's go in and have a look. So here's my Incognito window. I'm going to refresh it now. Remember, I'm logged in as that test student. So here we go. So there we go. I have now got access to that private information in there, even though I've not bought anything. So sometimes you might want it to people just to be able to register going as students and see content. You might be giving them something. So in this case, it's not just a one solution fits all. We give you the flexibility of doing both. But how can we stop this from happening? Because look, if I log out as if I'm just a normal member, I don't get that paid come up anymore because I can't see that page. I can't even get into that page as a logged out member. If I try to, if I put the URL in there, private for paid, and I hit enter, it's going to just take me to this page, and I need to log in. So I can't get it unless I log in. So if I logged in again and just hit the robot, tractors, okay, tractors, and click verify and click login, now I've got access. So I haven't bought anything. I've also got my courses. Notice if I hit my courses, nothing in there because I haven't bought anything. So how can we stop this from happening? It's really easy. We just need to go to the registration page and then stop that from happening. So instead of them registering and being able to access logged in content, what I like to do is just turn it into a form. So if you turn it into a form, they're just going to come into your site as leads. So we're going to do that now. So I've got that private content in there. You can see that it's in the navigation for logged in users. So I'm just going to come in and delete myself out as a user. So there I am there. I'm just going to delete myself out so that I can retest this in a second. Okay, now I'm logged out. I'm going to go and find the pages. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to find the registration page. And you've all got these in your site. So there it is there. You can see that register. So you can preview it there if you want to. Just make sure it's the right page. Oh, it's not throwing me up, but let me just go into edit and you can see it. So if I go into edit now, and you're going to see that we have the registration block in there. Now this is the only place this registration block is. So if I remove it and I just replace it with a form, that's what's going to happen. So let me just put this in here. So there it is. So there's our sign up block. So what I'm going to do to stop sign up is I'm just going to delete this out. I'm going to come into this and I'm going to just remove this block and click delete, and I'll just put a new block in. I'll just put a new empty block and I'll just copy that in there, and then I'll just drop a standard form in there. So I know a standard form will bring them in as leads and not as students, so they won't have access to any of the content for logged in users. So I'm going to put that in there. Just going to make sure these things are required. Just go in there and just make sure these are required, and then on the button, instead of like sign up for the site, it's going to be sign up for newsletters or something. Sign up for latest news. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so let's click save to that. You can also send them to a thank you page and all those things, but I'm just going to do that like that for now. So now I've changed the registration page and I've replaced that block with just a custom block. Now, if you want to, you could also tag them coming in. So you could say, you could put in here, you could put sign up so that they've come in through sign up. If you're using lots of like marketing funnels where you're bringing leads in from different places, it's always a good idea to tag them. So I'm going to put sign up page in there and I'm going to hit enter. Sometimes it gives this little extra dot which I get rid of. So now they'll be tagged with sign up page. So I know those people that have come in through this sign up page. So maybe they've tried to log in, they've seen the sign up, they've gone through there. So then it allows you to send an email out to them saying, were you interested in buying a course? Because I see you went into the sign up page, and you can follow on and nurture them that way. It's also a good idea in here to put something like all fields are required. Definitely put that in there. You can move it around. All fields required. Okay, you can put something like that. And I can just drop it down there. So that's a simple sign up form. Let's click save. Let's see what happens now if I log in as a user. So let's go back to our incognito mode, and I'm just going to go back to the root and basically come back in here. So let's now try to log in as a student, see if we get access to that private information. So we're going to click the sign in form here. And if we have an account, we'll just be able to log in as usual, and we will just be able to buy courses. Now, guys, if people are buying courses or memberships for you, they automatically get a sign up form. So they will be signed up. It's not going to affect the way the site is working. All right. So if people sign up for a course, they're still going to be able to log in as usual. It's only if people come here, don't have an account, and they click sign up here, it's going to take them to this custom form. So let's try it now. Let's put something in here. I'll call myself Zen Popup, and I'll just put myself in as David Zenler. So let's go in here, check I'm not a robot, and now let's click the sign up for latest news. Now watch what happens. I don't get any access to any of the private pages we just made. So it's said access, and now I'm like, right, okay, I've got no access to anything else. Let's go and check what's happening in the admin side. So let's go back in here. Let's go down to all. And now what you're going to see is I've come in there, Zen Popup, but my role is lead. So I don't get to see that private content that we have on the site, you know? So that private page that we've got there is not available, because remember that private page is only, if I click the gear icon, visible for logged in users. So this is how you can disable it. So people that are running membership sites definitely want to lock down this area, because you are running membership sites, people are paying subscriptions to you, and all the content you're doing, you can utilize all of these other pages, these logged in pages for your members. So when you're creating a course, you don't have to just stick with that course access page and the course curriculum. You can actually link to pages that are only for logged in users, like we set up. And that makes it very powerful, because you can then go in and start adding more for your membership site. Now, if you're doing it for a standalone course, maybe you don't care that people are seeing logged in page content, and in which case you can just leave it, it's fine. But if you want to lock it down, even for standalone courses, I mean, with my site, I sell standalone courses, not subscription plans much. So for me personally, I lock it down because I don't want people coming in as students and just interfering in a way. Because if I'm sending an email broadcast to all my students, I'm also sending them to people that haven't bought anything from me, you know. So if I'm sending a special promotion out just for my students, then I'm kind of giving away something to them. So what I like to do is put that form in there. They're captured as leads. So that's perfect, because now if I send an email and I want to do a special promotion to the leads, people that haven't bought anything, I can just target those people because they're in my site as leads. So I've got them in there as leads. I've even tagged them so I know where they came from, so I can filter them out. So if I go to all, I could just do a quick filter here. If I wanted, if I had 100 students in here and one had a tag of sign up page, I could just easily filter them by going into advanced filters, add a filter, sorry, not apply a filter, go to user tag contains, then I go and select that tag and I click apply filter, and that's the only one that would be remaining. So then I could send an email broadcast straight to those people. So locking down the registration can be really good. There are some cases where a lot of you might want to keep that registration block in there. Personally, I don't see the point of people coming in as a student role without purchasing anything in the site. I'd rather they came in as a lead and be able to actually send emails to them or send them to a page than actually have access to content that is private inside my site. So this is a really big one. I thought I'd just bring it up because it is a classic one for a Zen pop-up for you guys. So hopefully you've liked that one. And yeah, just drop your comments. If you like it, give me the thumbs up, hashtag Zen Popup. And yeah, and I'll see you on the next one very soon.